Pregame.com.
We might have the most overhyped team in the country playing in this game. RJ Bell here at the pregame.com studios, just off the Vegas Strip. We've got Oklahoma State, Michigan, NCAA tournament, Friday action. Fez, I like to say, the madness, baby, the madness. Who do you like and why?
I'm on Oklahoma State plus the 2.5, and it's all about Michigan being overvalued. They just had an epic run through the Big Ten tournament, the national coverage. They won 4 straight games, ran the table against a crappy Big Ten, and now the public is all over this Michigan Big Blue team.
You know, I'm always interested when there's something off the floor, off the field, that gives attention to a team and how the market responds to that. Michigan had some trouble with their airplane last week and got them a lot of attention. Do you think that there's any inflation off of that?
It was huge. Michigan off the runway, if you will.
So you're saying it was huge, that effect?
Huge, and here's why. Because normally, hey, first round of a conference tourney, no one's paying attention, but because they show up in their practice uniforms, the FAA takes the real uniforms, it's like still in the plane. So what's going on here? The public is watching them from day one against Illinois. They're paying attention from the get-go.
And they saw him win all those games, which obviously was impressive. But here's the question. Was there an overreaction? So it's one thing to say, oh, you win the Big Ten tournament, you're going to get a lot of attention. Let's quantify it. Let's put numbers on it. How different would this spread be if this game were played a week ago?
So I get out my text, and I text Brad Powers, my power rating expert, college basketball, 1 week ago. He had Oklahoma State the better team, RJ. They would have been laying 1 at a neutral against Michigan. Now they're catching 2.5 points, so a 3.5 point adjustment.
Yeah, that's major. Now, we talked about the 4 games and that it inflated the public perception on Michigan. But what about the fatigue? I'm a big believer. These kids, they're kids. They only play 2 games a week typically. Michigan played 4.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it's big that the tournament ended Sunday. Most tournaments end Saturday. So I know they're 19 years old, but mental fatigue along with physical fatigue, and then you celebrate Sunday and Monday night after.
Now, it'd be even more if this game were Thursday.
Yes.
But still, I think you're right, a little fatigue there. Second main handicap.
Oklahoma State is undervalued. This team has the second best offensive efficiency in the past 15 years.
Now, let me get that straight. Like this century, pretty much.
Pretty much, exactly. They're number 1 this year. They're number 2 over the past 15 years.
So back when Prince, 1999, was everywhere, a couple years after that, since then, this is the second best offense. Do you believe that?
It comes from.
I know the stats are there, but does that pass the eye test?
It does, and the reason Ken Palm has them with the number 1 strength of schedule in the country, and that's another reason I like them. Yes, because they had to play the toughest opponents. That's why they lost all these games, and they're flying under the radar. So
this team, Okie State, new coach. And I love to look to teams that start to surge late with the new coach because they finally are catching on to the scheme. Handicappers, Ken Palm, everyone's looking at the entire season, but really what's more applicable is the last 6 weeks or so.
Exactly. They start 0-6, boom, they go 9-1.
In conference.
In conference. So they're 9-7, and all of a sudden they're becoming a public team. But what happens? They play 3 really tough teams at the end of the year. They lose all 3 of them back under the radar.
Now, see, I'm always fascinated the way Vegas guys will react differently to losses. Sometimes a team could be upgraded after a loss, right? It's all based on expectation. 3 straight losses. How much have you downgraded at all, Okie State?
Tiny downgrade based on the losses to Iowa State and Kansas.
So 3 of them, but only a tiny downgrade.
Yes.
Let's make it official.
Let's make it official. Michigan is overrated. They won 4 Big Ten games on national TV, and now the public is overbetting Big Blue, giving us solid value. And Oklahoma State is underrated. They have the best offense in the country, and they're flying under the radar off 3 losses at the end of the year. The Fez math says take Oklahoma State plus the 2.5. More videos at pregame.com.